friends, welcome to a really overdue declutter with my foundations. So I'm going to start with foundations first. So this is my drawer of foundations and they have gone completely out of control because I love getting foundations, trying them out, reviewing them. I just like, when I got a new face product. So my main problem is this, and then my main goal is for me to be able to fit this into this lazy Susan that I have in here. And the drawers are empty because I actually want to rearrange everything in this little shelf. So I'm going to have my concealer in the drawers and then primers so that all my complexion products are in this little area. So I can't do that right now because it's literally my lazy Susan is full. So let me just zoom you in so you can see it. So ultimately for this little area, I want to be able to declutter enough that I just have it in here so that I can split it between primers and foundations or just all foundations in general because I have quite a bit. So I'm going to take everything out and show you what I have. So what potentially will be cut from my collection so that everything can be placed in here in a nice spot that I can rotate all my foundations in. So I'm gonna place everything and count everything out and put it in my desk so we can go through them one by one and to see which one will make the cut. So I counted and I have a total of 89 foundations here. And if you're asking me why I have 89 foundations, a lot of them, not everything in here is old though, because I did declutter last year and I did get rid of quite a bit. Some of them I kept because they were like more expensive even though they were old. So we're just going to go through them. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly and see which ones are going to make the cut. So for the ones that I'm keeping, I have this bucket right here. I'm just going to dump it in here if I'm keeping it, and if I'm getting rid of it, it's going to stay in the tables. So this one right here is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I believe the SPF on this expired already in 2019, so this is going to get decluttered. I did really like this foundation. I actually have a backup and I have to look at the backup because that means the backup is expired too. So this I'm going to get rid of, but I did really like this foundation. Fenty Eavesdrop is fairly new. I do like this, so this is going to be kept. The Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation is new. I bought this not even a month ago, so this one I'm keeping. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This is fairly new. It's not a year old, so I'm keeping this one. And then this declutter is not doing very well, is it? Because I'm just keeping everything. But this one is the Candid Foundation from Revlon. I do like this. I keep this in my rotation, so this is going to be kept. So I have these two from CoverGirl that I did review earlier this year. I do like the CoverGirl foundation, so this is fairly new, so I'm keeping them. My Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Again, this is fairly new, so we're keeping that. This is One Heck of a Blot foundation from is it Soap and Glory. This is pretty old. It has separated, but I made it halfway and I really like this foundation. They're not widely available anymore, but this is fairly old, so this is going to be decluttered, but this is really good if you have oily skin. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. This one is the ColourPop. I think this is their No Filter foundation. And this shade is in medium 100, and I actually rebought it, and I actually like the older formula better, and I think this is the new one that I purchased. So I'm gonna give this one a try again, and then I'm going to declutter it if I hate it the second time I wear it. But the first time, this is the second time I've bought it because I thought, I believe they reformulated it. So I'm going to keep this one and retry it. And then if I hate it once I put it back in my rotation, I'm definitely going to get rid of it. Okay, this is one of the things that I've been keeping because it's not available anymore, and it's a beautiful foundation. This is from Fiona Styles. This is their matte finish foundation concentrate, and this is so beautiful. I'm so sad this is not available at Ulta anymore, so I have been keeping it, but it's time to let it go because I don't use it. It's just, taking up space in my collection and I just liked having it because Fiona Styles is not available anymore. So this is gonna be decluttered. The Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation is new. I got this, it's not super new, but I got it this year, so I'm going to keep this one. This is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. This is fairly old, but I don't think I've used this enough. Let me open it and smell it to see if it's still good. So I bought this when everyone was like talking about it, and I think I got this one on sale. This is going to be the same as the ColourPop. They're going to be grouped together, so I'm going to try them one more time to see how I like them, and then this is definitely going to get decluttered if I hate it. My Smashbox Halo Healthy All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I love this stuff. I have a review on this. If you're curious of my review, I will link it in the card area, but this is a keeper. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I love this foundation, but this particular bottle is super, super old. So this is going to be decluttered, but this foundation is really good. I don't talk about it much because I haven't used this foundation because this is an old bottle. I'll have to look at what year I bought this, but I have this one in the shade 8 Golden Neutral, and it's like a perfect shade match, and I absolutely love it. So this is going to get decluttered because it's old. Next up here is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I got it in the shade Pecan. It's just too dark. And I've worn it once and I looked so tan. So I bought this during one of my CVS couponing adventures. So this, I got it not even like a few months ago. So I'm going to keep it and maybe use it as like contour. So this is going to be on a separate like little corner for like a contour instead of a foundation, because this one I can't just like, it turns really orange and I don't want to waste it. So I'm just going to put it in a different like drawer for not a foundation but like a contour. This is the Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Foundation. This is one of my holy grails. I've purchased this over and over again. I have this in the shade Sand, and I love this foundation so much. So I'm keeping this one. This one is a fairly new tube. I think this one was my backup and I broke it out. So I'm going to keep that. This one right here is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Plus Skincare. I bought this not even a month ago because they had like an HSN deal, and I got a really good deal on this. I think I got it for $15 or less, and it came with a brush, and normally this foundation is like $40. So a good deal, really good foundation. I will work on a review on this pretty soon since I've worn it quite a few and I really like this. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk, and I'm actually really surprised to find this in here because I actually thought I returned this because I don't like it. So this is going to go to the declutter pile because this doesn't do anything for me. I was really surprised when I found it in the drawer. I'm like, oh, I thought I decluttered you, but this is really light coverage. This is for people who don't have like acne scarring to cover up. This is really just, just tinted moisturizer that's really like has no coverage whatsoever. This is the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover. This is fairly new. It's not even, I bought this I have a recent review on this one, so this is new, so this is going to be kept. So this is the Pure Flesh Foundation. I actually bought it because they were like phasing out all the Flesh products in Ulta, so this is fairly new, but it's literally white, and I was gonna try to like mix it with darker foundations, but I just haven't, so I'm just gonna declutter it because I really don't need it. And so yeah, This one is the Bite Beauty Change Maker Supercharged Foundation. I actually have a review in the works, but I never like edited it. But this is okay. I wouldn't say I hate it, but it's not my favorite, but I'm gonna keep it because it's a good foundation, and it's part of like, you know, one of those clean formulas, and I do like Bite Beauty. I bought a set of this with the foundation, the primer, and the powder, and it's just, for me, I have really oily skin, and this line I think is really moisturizing, and I think it makes me too oily. But if you guys want me to finish my unfinished review on this, I will get to that. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. I got it in the shade Aruba, and I haven't really used this much because it's not the correct shade, or I just didn't like the finish. I'll have to double check, but I think it's just, I didn't like the shade, and it's just super matte. Like, if you can see that, it's very unnatural, and I tend to lean towards like more natural finish foundations. That's why this hasn't really been part of my rotation that much. So I think I'm just going to declutter this one. Did not really care for it too much. It is really good coverage, but it looks really cakey on my skin. So I'm going to put that in the declutter pile. So I have two of the same foundations. This is the Dior Face and Body Foundation, and if you've followed me for a while, you guys know I love this foundation. This is actually empty, but I'm just savoring the very last drops, and this is actually my backup, but I actually did use it already because I'm already over here. So I think I have a few drops in this one, and then that's gonna go out into the empty, so I'm just gonna keep this in this pile, but my backup is going to be kept in my pile. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I actually looked at my past orders, and I noted which ones are like way beyond like time. So this isn't old, so I'm going to keep it. I love this foundation. I've featured this in several favorites. So this is the Morphe Hint Skin Tint, and I actually bought this last year right when they premiered it, but because I was gonna do a review, but I never got around to it. And I've used this, but I think this is more for people who have dry skin. I'm too oily for it, but I'm going to use this. I have like 3 foundations in the use this pile, and then it's gonna get cut off once I don't like it, but this is okay. If you have dry skin, I think you'd really like this, but I'm going to keep it to do a review on, and then I'll make the decision then if it's going to get the... So this is the No Filter Foundation. This is the old one that I got since I did feature this one. So this is the newest one that I purchased not even a month ago. So this is going to get decluttered because I've had this since they were first released, but I actually like the formula of this better compared to this one. For some reason, I don't know, but anyways, this is gonna get decluttered because this is the old one. This is my Cargo foundation. I love this foundation, but this is really old. But this is their Swimmables Longwear foundation. This foundation is so good. And Cargo, I'm not sure if Cargo is even still around. I haven't really seen anything from them. The last premiere product that I have of them is like the Star Wars palette that they did for the latest Star Wars movie, but I love this foundation. This is such a good foundation, but this is gonna get decluttered because it's old. So these ones, I just recently did a review on them. I did end up getting the darker foundation, and looking at my review right now, I'm like, you guys probably think I'm crazy because I do look super pale, but so I did end up getting the tan medium deep, and I honestly didn't want to refilm a review on it again, so I just posted that review because you can still see how the foundation performs anyways. But this is going to be a keeper. I love them. I can mix them, so that's a good foundation. So I have the Smith & Colt Veiled Thread Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. I have 2 shades. One is for winter and one is for the summer. I have 250 Warm, and then this one's 260 Warm. I love this. This is fairly new. I think this is less than a year old, so I'm gonna keep them because I do really like these foundations. This is the Perlis, is it Perlice or Perlis Serum BB Cream. I just got this on my BoxyCharm, and it's not expired. It doesn't expire till 2024, so I have a pretty good amount of time with this, so I'm gonna keep it. I think this one is just a little too light, so I think I can mix this in with a couple of foundations that I have that are too dark for me, so I'm gonna keep that. Same for this one, since I do mix this one with my Revlon Candid Foundation, so I'm gonna keep that. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I actually don't like this much, and I don't really reach for it, so this is gonna be on the chopping block because I prefer the actual foundation instead of the tinted moisturizer. I just have, my skin is just not in that condition to be using a very sheer tinted moisturizer because I have a lot of things to cover up. So this is going to be on the chopping block. I love this foundation, but I'm not sure how old this is. I'll have to look into. I posted my review on this last year, and the shelf life is 24 months, so that's 2 years. So I think I have until the end of this year to declutter this, so I'm going to keep it. I do really like this foundation, very affordable. You can find it at Walmart and on the website for $7, and it's such a good product. This one is the Per 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer. This is new. I got it from my BoxyCharm, and I think it says it on the top on when it expires. It says 10/23. So I don't think I even opened this yet. Oh, actually did. I thought I still has the seal on it, but this one still has 2 years shelf life. It says 2023 with the SPF on it. So I actually don't need to keep this in here because I wanted to keep it where my moisturizer is so that I can mix it in because this is a tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to do that, but it will be kept. Okay, this one is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. I love this one. I love this more than the custom cover drops. So I'm going to keep this one. This one I'm keeping. I'm just going to try to finish it up. I don't think it's that old, so I'm going to keep that one. Same for my Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. This is my go-to foundation to mix in with my darker foundations because I can't wear it on its own. This one is in Y315, and this is really super duper light. I'm going to keep it because this is a beautiful foundation to mix in with any other darker foundations that I have because the formula is so nice. It's the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I'm going to keep it. I actually really like this. I have a video in the works with my full face of Catrice products, but the audio is awful, so I actually paused on editing that because I'm like annoyed with it, but this is going to be kept. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. This is like a cult classic, but this particular one is just really old, so this is going to be decluttered. This is the Maybelline Dreamer Urban Cover. I love this. I think I have 2 of this in here. I have to go look at the rest of the pile, but I thought I did, but I think I have a backup of this, but I love this. If you want a good product from the drugstore that has SPF, this is so good. So products with SPF tend to expire more because the sunscreen expires. So this one expired early this year, 2020, like 2/21. So sadly, I'm gonna have to let her go. Okay, this one is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Matte Foundation. Honestly, I bought this, I think, during one of my CVS couponing things, and I bought it because I wanted to use it for a full face of Maybelline. So I'm going to keep it because I haven't filmed that, so that's going to be kept. This is the Huda Beauty Foundation in Tres Leches is my shade, and this is new. I got this not long ago because I did film a video on this already, but I got it not too long ago. It's not my favorite. Again, I tend to like natural finish foundations now instead of matte, and this is a little too matte for my skin. And this one expired October of 2020, so this is gonna be decluttered. The MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Foundation. I actually didn't even realize I have this. This one's an NC40, so I'm gonna try this. I don't think I've used this. This looks pretty clean, so I got this not too long ago, so I'm going to keep it so I can use it. And then I have same thing for the little studio stick that they have. It's not my favorite, but I don't want to waste it when it's not expired yet, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, and this one actually has sunscreen, and this one has expired. This is the Sally Hansen Airbrush Finish. I don't even know how I have this, but I'm pretty sure this is expired, but I think I kept it because I was going to use this on my legs when my psoriasis was so bad to even it out, so I don't know. This is an ultrafine mist foundation. I I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this to use on my legs because I have really bad scarring from my psoriasis on my legs, but I'm going to declutter her because I don't need her. And then this is the Dose of Colors foundation. This is too dark for me. I got it in 122 medium tan. So this I mix with the Makeup Forever Reboot foundation, and they make like the perfect pairing. So I'm going to keep it because I don't want to waste it since it's not old. So I have these two Wet n Wild foundations. One is the Dewy, which is the newer one that I wanted to try because people were recommending it. And this is the older version of their Photo Focus, and I have it in the shade Bronze Beige. I am decluttering it. I can't stand the smell of this foundation, even though the finish is really, really beautiful. It just smells so bad. But the new Dewy version is actually like, it doesn't smell. So I don't think I've put this on yet. So this was again one of the things that I bought during my couponing earlier not this month, but like a couple months ago. So I have yet to try this one, so I'm going to keep that. This Hard Candy Glamouflage Full Coverage Foundation is definitely going to be part of my top 10 favorite foundations. This is just so beautiful for something that costs $6. It is so nice. This is getting up there as far as like how long I've had this, so I think I'm just going to keep it at the end of the year, and then I'm going to declutter it because this is getting old. So this is the Ardell Camera Flash. I had like an Ardell moment when they released their makeup, but none of them really kind of like took off or anybody like talked about it. So I bought them because I was gonna like talk about it. So I haven't talked about it yet. So I will make a video on them. I don't know if people want to watch it. I don't know. You guys tell me, but this one, I didn't like the matte foundation, but this one actually was a really good one. So between the two, I would vote for this guy, the Camera Flash High Def Foundation. And yeah, so I think I'm going to set it aside with the declutter pile because this isn't really something that I want to keep. Okay, so this is NYC, okay? This is something that actually I haven't even opened, and I have been keeping because NYC is not available anymore, and I don't know why, but I'm like, it's kind of like my little memento from them because it's not available anymore. But honestly, it's just taking up space, so this is going to be decluttered. But I will be sad because I did like the NYC line. It was like, you know, at Target back in the day, NYC and Wet n Wild would be like next to each other because they're like the cheaper foundations. They were my favorite. So this is the YSL All Hours foundation, and I love this stuff. I think the SPF one is expired already, but I paid so much money on this, keeping her mainly because she's very expensive. I have to check the date on when I purchased this, but for now she's going to be kept because she is expensive and she does not deserve the garbage. This is the Joa Crystal Glow foundation. This is new, so I'm going to keep it. And then this is the Bare Minerals Bare Pearl foundation. So I got this at Marshall's and thinking that I was going to match Camel 17, but I don't. This is super, super light. I was going to use this as a mixing foundation with my darker foundations, but my Makeup Forever kind of fit that bill. But the Makeup Forever one, if you can see the tone, it's just a little pinky compared to the Bare Pro, and the Bare Pro has like perfect yellow undertones. So I'm gonna keep that as like, these two are like my mixing foundations. This one is from The Ordinary. It's their coverage foundations, and again, I bought it to review and I tried it on and I wasn't that big a fan, so I think I need to try it again to see how I like it. I think I only wore it once and I wasn't crazy over it, and I just kind of forgot about it. I was even surprised that I still had this, so I'm going to keep it to use one more time. So that's like 4 foundations now that I'm going to keep and try one more time to see if I'm going to keep it. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made foundation, and this is pretty old since I did keep the 2 foundations that I did purchase earlier, so this is going to be decluttered. This is the Ulta Demi Matte foundation, and this is really old. I think I had an Ulta Beauty moment, so I have 1, 2. I thought I had another one, but I bought them because I was gonna do like a full face of Ulta Beauty, and I totally forgot about it. So these 2 are expired, so I can't even tell you if they're any good because I don't even think I used it. So that's, you know, shame on me. So, but that is going to be decluttered. So this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundations. I love this one. This is actually a really good foundation. I'm keeping it. I don't think this one's too old, so I'll have to double check the date. But I love this one, so I'm keeping it. This is another CoverGirl foundation, this Ambition, and I don't think I was a fan of this, so I'm going to put that in my declutter pile. This is the AOA Buildable Satin Foundation. I just bought it this year, but I'm not crazy about it. This is the Superstay Multi-Use Foundation Stick. I bought this recently together with the other Maybelline foundation to do like a full face of Maybelline products. And I got it mainly because my mom has this and she looks nice on it, but my mom and I have a very different like skin types, and I tried this and it was awful. So this is gonna be on my declutter pile. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. The SPF expired on it. I'll double check the date on how much longer you can keep it, but I do like this one, but it does say that it's expired, the SPF expired in 2020. This is the Isadora Active All Day Wear 24 Hours Sweat Proof. This is actually really nice, but this isn't my shade. I got this one to review. Like, I got a whole bunch of Isadora products, but that's not a favorite, so that's not going to be kept. This makes me sad to part with this, but this is really old. This is the Fenty Foundation, the Pro Filter. I bought this right when it was released, and I never really got rid of it because I thought, because it was high-end and I paid a lot, so it just, stayed in my collection, but it's time to let that one go. This is my other Pretty Fresh, and I bought this at the same time with the other one, so this is my summer shade. It's 110. The other one is 100, which is my regular shade, so this is being kept. And this one, I just bought it this year, so we're keeping. This one we're keeping. A fast-based foundation stick, and this is fairly old. I wasn't a fan, so this one's gonna get decluttered. This one is the Stila Hide and Chic Fluid Foundation. I got this at the same time that I got the Smith & Colt products. I have yet to try this some more, so I'm going to keep this one because I need to give it a chance. I got the original HD liquid coverage foundations from Catrice. This one is the Desert Beige. I haven't used this one in a while, so I don't know if it's still any good. This one's just getting up there as far as like expiration date, so this is going to be decluttered. This is new. I got it at the same time as the other stick foundation. And then this one is from Kiko. I have a couple from Kiko. Let me find a little from Kiko. This is Party All Night Foundation and Concealer, but this is more of a concealer shade on me. And then this one is their Flower Magic Foundation Pigment Drops. And I have yet to use them actually. So these are not too old. So I'm going to use them, and then they're going to get decluttered if I don't like them. So this product from Studio Makeup, I got it from a BoxyCharm. It's a definite declutter. Oh my god, this stuff is so heavy. If you have dry skin, you might like it, but this one is just way too darn heavy for my skin. And then this is another MAC foundation that I just got. This is the Naked Foundation from Urban Decay. This one's not too old, so we're keeping her. And along the Merit Foundation, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I know everyone really likes it. I mean, it's a decent foundation, but it's not my favorite, so I'm going to declutter her because I don't really like her that much. This is the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Foundation. I don't like this stuff, so this is going to be decluttered. I just don't like how it feels on my skin. And then this one was a free gift not too long ago from Ulta. It's their Even Better Refresh Hydrating Makeup, and I use this as like a mixing makeup, so I'm going to keep that one. And I have two cream foundations that I'm going to keep because I haven't really used them that much. This one is from Milani, and then this one is from MAC. It's their Studio Tech. So this is my decluttered pile. So I don't think I did that well since I still have a full basket of foundations in here. But I did declutter 36 foundations out of the 89. So that leaves me with 53. So I still have 53. So I wish I could say I'm not buying any more foundations, but so I still have the rest of these in my basket. So I'm gonna try to see if this can fill in my little Lazy Susan but I think it's a pretty decent declutter. Not the best since I still have quite a bit left, but getting rid of 36 foundations is an improvement. So I'll show you guys when I put back everything so you can see where I end up organizing them. So I pretty much achieved what I wanted to do to basically keep my foundations in this lazy Susan. I had to move the primers out, but I'm thinking of putting the primers in this drawer underneath. But I need to do the declutter on the primers next, and then my concealers, so I can put the concealers here. So there's that. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more of my declutters.